Gomer here with the second of my instructional videos on GitSync. The first one, GitSync intro, should be viewed before this one. In this video we're going to set up a peerless node on Mercury, which will be added to in subsequent videos with nodes on Venus and Pluto. Here we see I got Windows on Mercury, and I've just installed the latest GitSync software onto user local bin. So what I'll do next is create a demo directory and put some example files in it. Let's just start with one. From here, if I do a GitSync install, it will create the peerless node. It went ahead and created the Git repository and gave me the cron entry that I need to install immediately. Alright, with that done, we'll just keep a watch for when the first invocation of GitSync happens, which unfortunately is almost a minute away from now. We got it in. GitSync is now running. We can see from the log, from the PS output here, that GitSync is running and the iNotify is running on the directory that we want to track. That's good. So the next step is to monitor some of the administrative files. So I'm going to start by doing a tail on the GitSync log file. Here I'm going to go into the database. And we see that the file is there, and I'm going to do a watch on the git log. Don't touch this I'm a dummy file. I need that. That's what triggers off iNotify in on a quiet system. So we see that we have the Genesis commit here, and then the first subsequent commit. We've got the log file being tailed here. What else should we do? Well, let's create another file and see what happens. We see in the git log that we have the commit for adding the second file, and what I failed to do is invoke the tail properly here. So let's try this again, and we'll touch another file. And we see that in the log file that we're adding C, and here's some of the rsync output that is useful for debugging. And in the git log, we see that we added C. Now, if we modify a file, it still counts as an add, and we see we have this is the commit for when we've really added the file. This is the commit for when we modified the file. And if we make a directory, we should see that as well. Come on. Oh, Git ignores empty directories, right? So that's here we see that it ignored the empty directory, but there's the commit for adding a new directory. So if we remove a file, we see that that will be reflected as well. Any changes that you make to this directory here or its subdirectories, you can see the changes for in the log file, and you can see that Git is recording all changes. This means that if you accidentally delete something, or that you don't necessarily have to make all your Git changes explicitly. GitSync will do it for you, and you can take a clone of the Git repository and make any changes you'd like. So I don't know what else to show for a peerless node. This is really quite simple. It will continue to run. Cron will kick off every minute, and it will track all your changes and record them for you. And that's GitSync in the peerless node. In a subsequent video, I'm going to expand on that network diagram that we just saw. Look for it. And thanks for watching.